Hello, good morning, and welcome to this mid-morning taste. We have two 40% alcohol white rums from the Caribbean, and the first one is Don Q Cristal. Introduced in 1978, sold in the United States of America since 2006, 2006. Produced in Puerto Rico by the Serrallés family. And it is certified kosher, says on the back, and is part of the Rums of Puerto Rico Association. Yeah, and it has to be aged at least 1 year. I forgot about that. Aged at least 1 year. But I think it's a Blanco, it's a white. Crystal, clear. But let's see something over here. It's won many awards. Many awards. Unlike most clear rums, Don Q uses a multiple distillation system to produce a cleaner, more refined, and more delicate flavor profile, so a crystal drink will sip smoother than a drink made with another rum. It's then aged for 1.5 to 5 years in American white oak barrels to impart a touch more smoothness. So smooth, in fact, that you can substitute Cristal in a vodka drink. I was talking about that earlier this morning, and most won't be able to tell the difference. Try it, you'll see. I don't know why you would want to do that if you could. Oh, but anyway, that's another story. All right, so I forgot age 1.5 to 5 years. Now I'll explain what that means. That doesn't mean sometimes they age at 1.5 years and sometimes they go up to 5. I'll explain. Okay. Oops. I'll explain. Aged 1.5 to 5 years in American white oak barrels. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So what they do, it's a blend of rums. Okay. It's a blend of different rums. The youngest is 1.5 years aged in white oak, and the oldest is 5 years. Okay. So that's how you do that. Beautiful bottle. I got this bottle. You'll never guess what I bought this big, huge, enormous bottle for. You won't guess. Okay. And I was so pleased. Oh, so very pleased. And this is going to close out rum probably till the rest of the year, for the rest of the year. Possibly we could do one more before the end of the year, but I don't think so. And then we're on to tequila, and that is not a joke. Okay, gold tequila. All right, okay. Here's the competitor. Well, really, this has been the control group. Everybody going up against Boquerón. Boquerón Caribbean Silver Rum, introduced in 2016. It's got a real rope, hemp rope tied around the neck and tucked under, real wooden cap, neoprene stopper. It is produced somewhere in the Caribbean. We don't know. I suspect Puerto Rico because it's named after Boquerón Bay in Puerto Rico, but that could just be to confuse you. I know it's bottled in Texas, though, by the parent company, Iron Wolf Ranch and Farm. So Iron Wolf bottles this in Texas. There's also a gold. I got that for $6.99. This was $7.99. I got the gold for $6.99. True story. There's also a coconut flavored rum and also a spiced rum. I've not had the coconut or the spiced. Okay. They're both clear, so the appearance won't matter. So we're about to go wild in the country. Now, Put the Don Q right there, and the Boquerón right there. Barely in the photo, barely in the video, because it's off camera. All right. Time to roll. Now, is the Boquerón even aged? I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. Maybe. We know the Don Q is. That we have that. We know that. It's about a 3.5-year-old rum. But that's pretty good for white rum, clear rum, 3.5-year age. Average, you know what I'm saying? The youngest rum is 1.5 years old, and the oldest is 5. That's pretty sweet. Daryl Macia says, good morning, Ronald. Good morning to you, Daryl. So anyway, the Don Q over there, you see it right there. Big bottle. You'll never guess what I paid for it. And I was so delighted. No one will guess. No one will guess. I already told you what I paid for the Boquerón. Paid $7.99. What a price, right? $7.99, full price. Cheap, cheap, like a little chicken. Cheap, 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 cheap. A little chick, cheap, cheap, cheap. This smells like it's going to taste very dry. I'm not smelling any sugar in this. This must be the Don Q, aged in American white oak. I want to thank the Serrallés family for making this product. They've been in business since 1865. True story, 1865. Kingdom of Spain, Puerto Rico section. Yeah, Puerto Rico used to be part of the Kingdom of Spain. Did you know that Spain used to own the territories in America? Well, they did. Cuba, Puerto Rico, and even Louisiana for 40 years, 39 years. But actually, they controlled it for more than 39, but legally for 39 years. But 1862 to 1762, excuse me, to 1802. 1801. But in reality, about 40 years. But anyway, they used to own Florida. Did you know Florida used to be part of Spain? Well, it was. For a lot longer than you might imagine. Yeah, it was owned by Spain for longer than Florida's been owned by the United States. And the United States bought it, if you want to call that buying, bought it in 1819. 203 years ago. 204 years ago. This smells like it's going to be sweeter. This smells like it's going to be sweeter. It smells like it's going to be sweeter. So I think that's the Boquerón, and I think that's the Don Q, but I'm not sure, so we're going to find out right now. Here's the taste. Here's the part where I taste it. Oaky, white oak. Yeah, it's there. Wood, the wood taste, barrel, sugar. It's got some sweetness, though. I'm not going to say it's totally dry, no sweetness. It's got sweetness. And they talk about you could substitute it for rum. Sorry. You could substitute it for vodka. They're saying that on the website. I didn't say that. They're saying that. You could. They're saying you could switch it up and use it instead of vodka and nobody would notice. It's so clean. I'm not quite sure about that. I'd like to see you try it, but maybe it would work. But they're claiming it's going to be as clean as vodka, that many times distilled and filtered. Well, I don't know. If I was looking to make cocktails, and I'm not looking to do that ever in my life, except for my mix-up videos, what would I buy, rum or vodka? I would just buy whatever's cheaper. If it's some super dry rum, like Skull, dry white, I would just buy whatever's cheaper. So, I mean, if you're mixing it with Hawaiian punch or Delaware punch or Tahitian treat and orange juice and simple syrup and bitters and lemon and lime and pomegranate, you're not gonna really taste the base liquor anyway, especially if there's a low profile taste like these. But maybe you would, I don't know. But that's what I would do. I'm still thinking about buying that bizarre sugarcane vodka from Mexico, but I don't know if I'm gonna do it because I don't know how long I'm gonna want to do mix-ups. By the time I finish that, by the time I finish the Nikolai, I might be disgusted and sick of doing mix-ups. I don't know how many soft drinks I could tolerate. Yeah, I got 11 cans left of the Pepsi made with pure sugar. Of course, it was a jewel, the first can. If you ever drink Pepsi made with real sugar, you'll never drink regular Pepsi again. You'll never do it. So if you like Pepsi and you say, yeah, I'll just get regular Pepsi at the store, don't ever get the made with real sugar. You'll never buy regular Pepsi again. And if you buy Dr. Pepper made with real sugar, you'll never buy regular Dr. Pepper again. I don't care what the cost is. You won't do it. You'd be ruined. Sugar frost, sugar syrup, cake icing, cake frosting. It's just like that sugar cream, like you're getting Cadbury Easter chocolate covered things, those Easter egg things. But yeah, if you like sweet rum, this could be one for you because it is sweet like a motor scooter. You know what I'm saying? Sweet like a candy cane. It's sweet. It's sugary. It's just sweet. Yeah. I like the sweet rums. And I like this one. I like the sweet rums and I like this sweet rum. And I'm glad I bought it. And it's a great deal for $7.99. Are you going to see it for $7.99? Almost certainly you will not. I was looking at some online stores. You can order it online or just at least you could check their price and go pick it up after you order. Or they'll deliver. Some of them deliver. I don't know why you want that delivered to you and you're going to pay that much, but still it's not expensive. I was looking on the internet. It's like $13, $14. It's definitely worth $13 or $14. I can't say that it's not. But for $7.99, oh yeah, yeah. All right, Don Q, super dry. I'm not gonna say it's dry as Skull Dry White, but it's dry, boy. Oh yeah. I know this would be the king of mixers. But maybe I have unrefined tastes or something I'm not developed because I prefer the Boquerón. That's a personal thing. Do I think the Boquerón's better? No, I don't. I don't think it's better. It's probably not as good. Probably lacks some refinement. But actually, with my childlike amateur preferences, I prefer it. Okay, you could look down on me and say, well, children, they like sweet things. You're a child and you have childlike. You're mentally a child and you have childlike preferences with liquor. Okay, that's fair enough. I would not dispute that. Although I'm wondering who made that rule up. Who made up the rule that if you like sweet liquor, you're a child, and if you like drier liquors, you're refined and debonair and to be respected. I don't know who made up that rule. The people that like the dry stuff. I don't know, but no, I mean. So, but yeah. Would I be satisfied with either one of these? You better believe it. Definitely satisfied with either one. No complaints. So I'm going to check. Well, I haven't even checked the label yet. I know I'm right, though. So this is the Don Q. Got it. C. Letter C. Cristal. Get it? Okay. So that's it for rum. I'm going to miss it because I love rum, my favorite liquor. But alas, we must move on. And we're going into gold tequila. You say, oh, golly, gold tequila, huh? Yep, that's the case that they gave me. So tequila was the case that they gave me. So we're going into the gold, Doro. And I'm not going to tell you what tequila is coming on online Saturday. Well, we hope to do it Saturday, but I'll just give you a clue. It's the world's best-selling tequila. And if you can't figure that out, you probably don't watch too many of these type of videos. Okay. But yeah, the world's number one tequila. Number one selling tequila in the world. And if you want to see any show and tell stuff, let me know now. Forever hold your sausage, because this is the part where we're going off the air. But if you want to see any show and tell, any exciting beers that I bought, beers that are exciting and new, or any liquor, let me know now, and we'll count it down to 0. Let me know now going once. Let me know now going twice. Uh-oh, Daryl, you caught it. Right at the midpoint. Let's see. Okay, I'll show you. Oh, how sweet it is, as Jackie used to say. All right, here we go. All kidding aside. I wasn't really kidding around in this video, though. Usually I'm like a clown here to amuse you. Hold on. So the first story that I got to tell you is that no one guessed how much I paid. No one guessed how much I paid for the handle of Don Q Cristal. I told you nobody would guess, but I got an awesome price. But you can't guess. You couldn't guess. Is the top selling tequila in the world also the top selling tequila in Mexico? I think so. I do believe it is. And it's the oldest tequila in Mexico. Okay, but anyway, but no more clues. No more clues. If you can't guess, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I can't help you. Boquerón. All these people, don't be cheating now, trying to look up on the internet. First thing I bought, got this today. Was it a good price? Yeah, it was a good price if you think this is worth $5.99. I'm not too sure about that. Do you really want to pay $6 for a bottle of beer, a regular size bottle of beer? I can tell you I don't want to pay that. But I did pay it because otherwise I can't review it, which I don't think anybody's going to give it to me. So the store sure wasn't going to give it to me. This is the new KBS Kentucky Breakfast Stout. Yeah, it gets more depressing every day that goes by. This is the blueberry, because you know how you want to. That store manager told me, I wonder what that's going to taste like. I said, it's probably going to taste like a blueberry waffle. Bottled exactly. What's today's date? 27th? Yeah, this was bottled 17 days ago. I don't know why it took 17 days to get down here. I mean, Michigan's not that far, but anyway, 11.2%. IBU's not listed. It is, now listen to this thing here. Founders is a reliable brewery. I agree with that. It says barrel aged imperial stout with coffee, chocolate syrup. Oh, help me. Blueberry and natural flavors. Well, what do you know? Celebrating 20 years of KBS. So An imperial stout aged in bourbon barrels with all the flavoring. So you never hear craft beer people talk about flavored beers anymore. Those days are over. You know, they used to say, "Who in the world wants to drink that?" You know, I can remember 20 years ago, 15 years ago, they would say, you know, a malt beverage with natural flavors. Like they had stuff like stinking Four Loco. That's a bad example, but you know what I mean. Like they had shandies and half fruit juice or lemonade and beer, and they had wild blue, wild blue. It was half fruit juice or lemonade and beer, and they had wild blue, wild blue. It was like a blueberry puree flavored malt liquor from Anheuser-Busch, and they had a red raspberry flavor too, raspberry flavored. That wasn't too popular. It was a like raspberry puree in it. It probably added food color into it too. But people would be like, only chumps, punks, and ne'er do wells drink that. Real beer people don't deal with those type of things. And then founders and other beer companies started making all these flavored beers with coconut and chocolate and fudge and peanut butter and strawberries and blueberries. And then it was like, oh yeah, that's cool. That's what you want. And then all of a sudden it was like everything flipped in a day. Like, oh yeah, that's what you want. It's kind of like the Communist Party in the United States. They were saying World War II is an imperialist war. All these imperialist countries like the United Kingdom and France picking on poor old Germany. All Germany's trying to do is help people. And this is from August 23rd, 1939 until June 22nd, 1941 at 4 in the morning, Soviet Union time. They would say that, you know. It's an imperialist war against the great socialist German Reich with their great socialist leader. And then within 1 hour, they said, this is a just war to stop fascism. All progressive people around the world must team up to stop the fascist Germany. The evil fascist Germany, the most evil country on the planet. Now, remember, an hour previous to that, they were saying how Germany was being picked on by Great Britain, France, and the United States. Isn't that funny? So, and that's reminding me about the craft beer world, because they used to say if you add flavors to beer, you're a chump, a nincompoop, and an overall generalized idiot. But then as craft beer companies started to add flavoring, then they were like saying, unless it was a creek. Now, if it was a creek, it was allowed, you understand? Or if it was spices added to like some of the Belgian beers. But, as a rule, it was definitely not seen as kosher. But now it's like, that's what you want in a beer. You want that chocolate syrup. You want that cinnamon. It's just funny. It's funny. It's like Karen said in Goodfellas. It's funny. It's funny. Remember aftershock liquor. I don't remember aftershock liquor. All right, so here's another show and tell. I bought this today for a duo review. Oh, I mean, it's a great beer. It's like in the high 90s, but it's thoroughly unpleasant to drink. Like, it'll make you gag. It's so bad. You can't. This is not designed for human consumption. It is nasty as a day is long. No beer in the world should be no 17% alcohol. If you drink this, you will think somebody drugged you, slipped you a Mickey, and that your life is going to end. Like, this compared to Busch Light is so much more enjoyable to drink than this. It is not even funny. Not even funny. But that scores higher than Busch Light because it's a much better product. but you can only sip it in little sips over like a 4 hour period. But I'm going to do a duo. But as a generalized beer, like, just a beer to enjoy, like say, I would like to drink a beer. That's a negative. It's not even, doesn't even get a score. It gets a negative. Like it's an F minus, it's in reverse. That's how nasty it is. I couldn't get over that thing. That thing is a horror. The horror. The horror. But I bought it. And you know what I paid for this? This Frankenstein monster. You know what I paid for this? Something that, what this is? This is something that is, and the thing that is and should have never been, that should never be. It's the thing that is and should never be. I paid $8.99 for this 12-ounce bottle. That was the biggest ripoff since, I won't say it. All right. They're just novelty beers, nothing else. I agree with that, Daryl. I bought, and I fell for it. Joe. I fell for it, because I'm a sucker for that. I'm the biggest chump in the world. I'm talking about chumps. I'm the biggest chump. I tried a few stouts. I couldn't get used to the flavor. No, really? You ought to try Guinness. That's so mild, All right, here's the third show and tell. And I don't know what it's going to taste like since I never had it. I bought this in Birmingham, Alabama. And this is called Unibrew. Ce n'est pas la fin du monde. Ce n'est pas la fin du monde. It is not the end of the world. Well, the progressives tell us it is because it's getting hot. We're going to all die. We need more socialism to save us. Can't you just give up your freedom and do what the government says? Why must you try to have freedom, you idiot? It's not all about you. It's about the government having control over you. Pol Pot was a great man. Robespierre was a great man. Don't you understand this? Don't you admire Stalin? I mean, come on, people. Wake up to reality. Freedom is so overblown. But anyway, it is not the end of the world. And this is from Unibrew. I know, before you have a nervous breakdown and have to go back to the treatment center, it is a bought out product. It did get bought out like, 1,000 years ago by a Japanese company. And I know you're prejudiced and you don't like Japanese people because they're all into that enterprise and creative thinking. And I get that, why should we ever change? You say, you mean most progressives are racist? Well, quite racist, but they do it for the right reasons, They might have to bomb your whole city to help you, but it's for the right reasons. And that's important. You say, well, we dropped that atom bomb on your city, but it was to help you. I mean, yeah, it killed 60,000 people, but beyond that, it really was a positive thing. That's what they'll tell you. So anyway, is this going to be a positive drink? I don't know. I didn't pay too much for it. I got the 6-pack variety pack for $15.99. $15.99. I did not see that as a bad bargain, honestly, because I got to revisit 5 products and then try a new one. So I don't look at that as a negative thing. All right. So to wrap it up, Don Q Cristal is a very beautiful product. A little bit dry though, but some people say that's good. Some people say that's bad, depending on the person. The Boquerón is very nice, very inexpensive. Like I said, $7.99, not the usual price, but I'm glad I got it for that. So yeah, a very beautiful product. So I would highly recommend both, especially the Don Q, but certainly the Boquerón. Now we're on to tequila. No one could guess what I paid for the Don Q Cristal, and that's too bad for you. And no one can guess which tequila is coming up. And I'm not giving any more clues. All I said was the world's best-selling tequila, the most popular tequila in the world, the gold one. Beyond that, you'll get no clues. But that's what's coming up. So thanks, everybody. And I won every contest on this Boquerón Rum Taste Challenge Series, Clear Rums, except for one. And now to give me some help, to give me, a little credit, the one time I got it wrong is when I questioned my own result. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, oh, it's this. And then I backtracked and I changed my answer and I got it wrong. But initially I had it right. But no, we don't go with that. We go with what we officially certified. And I certified it wrong. But I did get it right all the other times. That's a wonderful average. And I don't think it's because I'm so talented. I think it's because the Boquerón has a unique flavor and it's not easily confused with other products. And it's very certainly something, very certainly something to be said about that. Well, my words get garbled, but you understand what I'm saying. No, I mean, anyway, y'all take care now.